Hey there YouTube, AJ here, and I've decided to finally see if I can get this motor running. It needs a lot. It's not going to be like today. We're not going to be just wiring it up, putting gas in it and making it go. I mean, everything's still loose on here. The main thing though is there's no camshaft or valve train in here. So I got to put all that in there. But before I do that, I want to take care of something in order to be able to mount these heads. Now these heads are aftermarket Edelbrock heads, and you may notice that they have a center outlet for the water. If you know anything about this engine, this distributor being here kind of means this is an 8BA motor, and these heads are for an earlier 59AB motor. Now those are the kind of the two big flathead motors for most hot rods. Yeah, some people do run the earlier 21 stud versions, but you know, these are probably the primary ones people build for hot rods. You can put the earlier 59AB heads on an 8BA with some modifications, but why would you want to do that? Well, some people just want the older look. They want the look of the older center water outlet. Some people, maybe kind of like me, just got a really good deal on these heads and decided to go ahead and buy them and convert this over. Now there are some issues we got to cover along the way. Let's start with the physical ones. That means these heads don't completely line up with the block. Let's show you what I mean. Okay, first things first, if you look in here, there's a hole showing. That is a water passage not covered up by these heads. If we take a look at the gaskets, we have our gasket laid on top of our block, and if you look through here, all of the holes match up right here, and this line right here represents the edge of the 59AB head, which means it goes right through here. So that water hole isn't going to line up. If we look at the head itself, keep in mind that this end would be towards the front of the motor, and we put our gasket on there, and you can see where that hole would be, and it's not going to get covered up. Now also, if you look and start matching up all the holes in the gasket with the holes on the head, you'll find this hole here doesn't line up as well. That hole is covered by this gasket. It's there. So theoretically it would be sealed up. So a lot of people, when they do the swap, they don't worry about that hole. They just let the gasket take care of it. But this is what we have to deal with on the block and the head, passenger side head. If we look at the driver's side, we have a similar but different situation. If we lay our gasket on here, we see all the holes line up with our gasket, which it should, because this is a 8BA gasket on an 8BA block. Now this hole is the one that's in question again. If we look at it with the gasket, it's lined up perfectly, no problem, right? Not quite. If we look at our driver's side 59AB head, we kind of put this gasket over it, line everything up. There's where that hole in that block was. We can see that it does not line up with this hole in this head. So we get that hole in that block, and this hole here has to be addressed. So how do we address these holes? Well, there's a couple different ways you can do it. Some people take small freeze plugs, Welch plugs, they have different names, and they just pound them in to where they're just below the surface. They do that on the block. On the driver's side head, you have to address that hole because that's misaligned. A lot of people don't mess with that hole in the passenger side head because it is covered completely by the gasket. I think just to make sure that doesn't start weeping or cause me a problem later down the road, I think I'm going to take care of that hole too. So how am I going to take care of that hole? How am I going to take care of these 4 holes? Like I said, you can either use Welch plugs, or what I'm going to be doing. So what I'm going to be using are NPT National Pipe Thread tapered plugs for the block. I'll be using 1/8 inch for the block because this is a smaller hole, and I'll be using a larger 1/4 inch in my heads because this head has a larger hole in it. that's what we're going to be using to seal these up. And like I said, I'm going to be doing both heads, where a lot of people don't do the passenger side. First thing we do is tap these holes for the appropriate size plug, of course. Now, depending on what heads you're using, your holes may be different size, so don't automatically assume you're going to be using the same size plugs that I'm going to be using. So make sure you check that first. Now I am going to run a drill through these holes, even though I think they're pretty close to the size they need to be already. And just to make sure, I'm going to try to avoid getting chips down into the motor. I'm going to pack my drill bit with grease to help keep any chips stuck to the drill bit. And like I thought, it is already pretty much to size. I'm going to clean this drill bit off. Do that again on the other side. Alright, so that was already to size, so no problems there. Okay, we've got our MPT tapered tap. Tapered tap is important. You can't use a regular bolt tap because these plugs are tapered, and that's how they seal. Now I've also put a tape line on here. That's as far down as I want to go until I check to make sure the plug isn't going too far in. The goal is to get it like a 1/16 below the surface of the block. So I might have to like revisit these holes after I tap them the first time to get it to the level I want. I've also packed the tap with grease. Same reason I packed the drill bit with grease, to catch chips. Anyway, now we're going to tap it down to that tape level, doing your very best to keep it as square as possible to the block. Okay, I'm down to the level of that tape, so I'm going to take it out of there now. Go ahead and clean this up. Get one of our plugs. Alright, just going to test fit it now. It is just under the surface of the block, so that's good. Maybe another 1/4 to 1/2 turn on the tap. Now, when you put these in for the final time, you do need to use sealant, so we can't forget that. Okay. So that's where we're bottomed out, so we're going to go another 1/4, 1/2 turn. Back it up. That should have pushed our tape up, so on the other side we should be good the first time around. So we'll clean this off, re-grease it, and go do the other side. Now on our aluminum head here, our hole is already to size, so we don't need to drill that out. And this is going to be a little trickier, I think, because the aluminum's a little crustier in there. It's not a fresh, clean surface we're cutting into. And I don't want to, definitely don't want to all of a sudden strip out the aluminum. Okay, that's pretty tight, and we're down to our tape line, so I'm going to back it out and test it first. Oh, it's got to go further. Oh, it's tight right there. We got to go a lot further. And if you're wondering why I'm tapping it this way, holding it up on side, rather than just flipping it over, that's because it's got all the head bolts in it and spark plugs in it, and I really don't want to take all those out. So I'm trying to do it this way. Although I will admit, laying it upside down would probably make it easier. Okay, that's in there quite a bit further. So let's back it out and test fit it. Hope we didn't go too far. All right, that's just about perfect. So This one's done, minus reinstalling it with sealant. Let's move on to the passenger side. And again, this passenger side is one that some people will argue you don't have to plug. I'm just doing it. It's not that much. I've got all the tools out. It's not that hard to do. And I figure I might as well do it just for extra peace of mind. Okay, as I mentioned, these plugs do need sealant put on them before you put them in for the last time. I'm using PERMATEX AVIATION #2, I believe, sealant. And this sealant is a non-hardening sealant, and that's what you want to use. You don't want to use something that's going to harden up and could cause leaks later. I'm going to put a liberal coat onto my threads. When I say liberal, I'm not talking about politics. Just mean a lot. Give it plenty to seal with. Should mention this aviation thread sealant. It's not exactly cheap, but I plan to use it to seal all my head bolts. Okay, that one's in there the German way, good and tight. That's one. Again, that's the one people argue you don't really need, but I decided to put it in there anyway. I'm a better safe than sorry kind of person, and while I'm in there type guy. All right, now we'll address the one in our passenger side block next. Okay, there's that one. All right, moving over here to our driver's side. Process is exactly the same. Okay, and now finally our driver's side head, which is the one has to be done. You don't have the option like you do on the passenger side. Okay. All right. So now I'm just going to stick the head back on here for the time being, and I'm not putting it on there permanently, just as a place to keep it safe. It's already got enough broken fins on it. Don't want any more broken. And all I'm really going to do is just start the center two bolts. Now, on this side, there's nothing else you have to do. You can use the standard 8BA head gasket. Now, as I go over to the other side, let's take a moment to talk about head gaskets. I've seen online where people have said, when you do this, you got to use the 59AB gasket. I've seen people that say you can use the 8BA. Goes both ways. I'm using 8BA gaskets, that's what I have, and I don't see any reason why they won't work. That said, when you look at the two gaskets, this one is the driver's side, this one is the passenger side. You can see it's a little longer, has this extra tab on it, and you can also see where I've drawn a line on that tab. I plan to cut that off so it doesn't stick out from underneath my 59AB heads. So I plan to go ahead and run those gaskets. That said, that's all you have to do to run the 59AB heads on the 8BA block. Minimum of 3 holes you got to plug, optional 4th. It's not hard. Like I said, you can do it. People have done it with Welch plugs or freeze plugs, whatever you want to call them. I chose to use the threaded plugs. I feel it's a better solution, easily undone. So that's what I'm going with. Now, already covered the gaskets. That's one issue you may run into. Do your own research, of course. Another one that you'll probably hear people say is the 59AB heads are not designed to force water out the front the way the 8BA was designed for. I've seen people argue this both ways, where the design, it actually forces better cooling, and some people say it's not going to cool as well. There's plenty of people that say my engine, it didn't make any difference on the temperature it ran. This is another one of those, it's your call. I'm not telling you how to do your motor. I'm telling you how I'm doing mine. I'm trying to give you the things to look out for. In the end, you're responsible for your actions, not me. I'm responsible for mine. If this blows up, that's on me. That's why I'm putting it on my backup engine first. I'm going to try to get this backup engine running and get everything working on this one before I go to my Mercury motor and start messing with that. One more thing I need to mention, your distributor. There was a holder and spacer built into the head of the 8BA. So when you go to put in your distributor, you may need to put in a spacer under it to get the right mesh. Here, let me bring it here. You may need to put a spacer under it between the neck of the cam cover or the timing cover and the distributor in order to get the right mesh to the timing gears. Then there's also a hold down that this bracket would bolt to. So you have to come up with some way to hold your distributor in place as well. I will be addressing that later. So that said, we're all done converting this for the heads. We now have 59 AB heads ready to go. I'm not going to put the gaskets on and bolt it down yet because I need to take them back off to add my valves. Before I can add my valves, I need to put in the camshaft. So that's what we're going to be working on next time. We're going to be seeing about getting the camshaft back in this motor and getting the valves in it, hopefully. So next time, we're going to be trying to put in the camshaft and valves at least. We'll see how far we get on that one. Until then, thank you for watching. Hope you found this informative. If not enjoyable, probably wasn't super enjoyable. It's a pretty simple process, but you know, something I have to do for my motor. You may not need to do it for yours, depending on what heads you're running and what block you're running. Anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate all the likes, comments, subscribes, anything you can do on the video helps my channel. And until that next time when we address that camshaft and valves and more, later YouTube.